What's up, buddy?
Hey, man.
How have you been?
Pretty
How's
good.
the boot camp treating you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this boot camp right now?
From like the condition and everything, like
I'll
the way
give you the
it's set
different
up.
categories.
Right.
All right, so conditions, 1 to 10.
It's probably a 9.
A
Maybe
9,
an
okay.
8, because food is far away.
Food is
That's
far away.
pretty
Okay,
the
so
only downside.
what could make it a 10?
Like if we had a restaurant right there.
A
Pretty-
restaurant.
pretty good.
Okay. All right, so what realistically could make it a 10?
2 restaurants there.
Okay, 2 restaurants. Got it. Okay. How about practice? You think good practice?
Was alright. Lost a few, won a few, but it could have been better, in my opinion. A bit more focused, a bit more like we could gain more out of the games we lose.
Mhm.
I feel like.
What about the pubs? The pubs going well?
I'm barely pubbing. I
No?
see these 15-minute queues. I played
I
some
see.
party. I actually didn't play a single game of solo queue, I think.
I
I-
see
I-
you're playing some Heroes of Might and Magic.
That's my jam right
Some
now.
old school, some old school
It's
relaxation.
relaxing. I like it. when you compare, like you
It's
can
the
play
opposite.
a pub or you can it's like
It's the
pretty much-
opposite of like
pretty much
playing
the
Dota.
opposite.
Basically, you're just like relaxed. There's no pressure. You're just like
Happy. You're just
chilling out with your like 8-bit characters. That's kind of cool. Okay. What about who's sitting next to you?
Hmm?
You like Misery? As
Oh,
a,
Misery. Playing Heroes of the Might and Magic as
He's
well.
playing. He's playing it too.
Yeah, he's
I
playing.
thought he was playing Civ when in his downtime.
No, that was me.
Oh, okay.
I was playing Seth. He was playing Heroes of Might and Magic
Okay.
all the time.
Is that what you? So, what games do you play to relax, rather than Dota? Anything that just gets your mind off of it, or what?
And I play Counter Strike, but that's not too relaxing.
No,
sometimes.
Counter Strike is not relaxing, dude. Are you kidding me?
What else? Occasionally play. I don't know. What else do I play?
You guys gonna go out to see a movie or something?
Maybe we planned to. We planned to last bootcamp as well, but it never happened. So
What
I
are you
don't
guys
know.
gonna go see?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. You guys have been scrimming some of the best teams. Winning records? Getting winning records against Secret and EG?
I think they're pretty negative.
Negative.
Well, you know, there's always.
You're learning something, right?
There's always time to change. You know.
I saw you guys. You guys picked the Techies once. Is that a secret? We're not supposed to talk about that.
I mean,
Everyone's
I don't
picking
think.
Techies these days.
I don't think that's like who cares.
Do you like playing against Techies in pubs?
And the thing is, in Europe, it's not so bad. I heard from Envy when he plays US pubs, he gets attackers every game, even
Mhm.
against him or in his team. But in Europe, I have been pretty techies free, so it's not.
But it does annoy you when you play against.
I
them.
hate it. I hate it so much. It just changes the way Dota works in a way, especially when you play with like mediocre teammates and you kind of have to do a lot of stuff. Techies is especially
And they're always
annoying.
just constantly dying to them.
It's not even that. I don't even care about it. Like them dying to techies. It's more like I can't do what I want to do because of these mines
Right.
running around, and I'm scared of mines all the time. I can't split push properly, and like
You can't.
especially late game when I'm like 4 on item slots. I don't have the slot for gem or dust and stuff. It gets pretty annoying.
And you there's like a more requirement for team coordination.
Yeah.
Like if one person fucks
exactly,
up, then
exactly.
yeah. So,
So that's the biggest problem. I don't mind them dying to like techies, like on the offlane or whatever.
well, you know the best way to not have to play against Techies, right?
Mhm.
You know what the best way is?
What is it?
You learn how to play them yourself.
Wow.
Then you'll never have to play against them.
Wow. Mid techies, is that a thing?
Being Techies. Well, you know the number one trick is the TP mid with Techies and
yeah,
put
the
the two
classic,
mines
the
on
classic,
the classic,
the
yeah.
Like
You ever-
you
you ever-
know,
you ever-
I died so many times for that shit. You don't think about
tried
it.
that?
You don't think about
yeah.
it.
And then just like the worst is like you could go like 9 to 10 minutes without ever walking to that spot.
Yeah, and then
Suddenly
yeah.
in 10 minutes you're just dead. Like
Yeah.
when did he place those? It's like, oh, he placed them at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, you just don't. It's more like of a luck thing, whether you step into it or not, like
Yeah.
whether you move there. But those are some nasty mines, that's for sure.
Okay. This after this, you guys go to the hotel in Seattle, and then TI starts in about a week.
Yeah.
Are you antsy? Do you want it to just go?
I don't really mind so much. I like having a
You
bit
relax,
of,
yeah?
I like having
Okay.
a bit of time
So-
to play, get some pubs in, because I've been slacking a bit,
Mhm.
barely playing Dota.
Are you like a nervous kind of person before games, or are you just whatever?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, like, there's always a little bit of nervosity at the start.
Nerves.
Nerves at the start.
Yeah.
But like you play 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and it's all gone. You're just focused.
Mm-hmm.
I generally try to train myself to work against that a bit. I used to be a lot more nervous, but now it's like, yeah. Also, when you play a lot of tournaments, you kind of get used to it.
So you play well under pressure, is what you're saying.
I think so. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's motivation too.
Do you get mad at all? Do you get frustrated in losses?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
How do you
Especially in
calm
pubs.
yourself down?
Huh?
How do you calm yourself down?
Play Heroes of Might and Magic, for example.
Okay, that's good.
That's it. Nah, I don't know. Just do something.
Breathing
else usually.
exercises? You do any of those?
When I'm like on a normal day, I just try to. I don't get too frustrated if I'm able to like just look at my mistakes objectively. I like doing that. I like to be able to do that. But when like I play pubs and I get flamed, that's where the frustration starts, because that's when I'm not able to do that. That's when I just get annoyed.
Okay.
Like, example, at a game, I played Invoker against the very good hero Leshrock mid.
Okay.
Very hard to play.
Got
yeah.
lightninged a lot.
Yeah, no, that wasn't even it. So the enemy had a Rubik, and of course my team won the top run. You know, the usual. So hero number 1 gets clipped. I tried to win. You know, I'm like, and don't worry, man, just get a TP with Chicken. 30 seconds later, some other hero gets clipped on the opposite hill, like, and they're just
So
looking
you guys at least you guys have good vision of the rune, right?
I guess, and they're just looking at each other, you know. And I still try, you know. I want my MMR, so I tell them to get a TP. Suddenly, this chicken walks mid, like in my lane, and I try to save it, and I pretty much die for saving the chicken, you know. I start cold snapping and fighting the Flashback. He just turns on me and kills me, and then these 2 idiots on these hills start flaming me. Like that was like the point. I just left. That was like one of the only game I ever left. Like that was something.
So you know, Misery predicted that someone was gonna pull a Fata during TI. Do you know what he?
I think I heard it. It's a miscalling, right?
Yeah, at the beginning of the game. the classic Shadow Fiend armor build first, right?
Yeah.
So he said that someone's gonna do that at TI.
Probably, it could happen.
The level 1 Roche, right?
Hmm?
They're gonna do it to level 1 Roche.
Oh, they do it on purpose.
Yeah.
They get their aura. It's gonna.
Well, no. They do it accidentally, and then they're like, okay, it's a plan. Go Roche.
That'd be legit, though, right? You just.
Yeah. You get Avenge, SF. Get in there,
aura.
get the minus armor.
I should have actually done that.
Yeah.
Like afterwards, I should have just done it again on purpose and rushed with it, and like that'd be a good way to react.
The way to sneak in the Roche is you have your Ursa player disconnect.
You're
In a
going
pub,
places.
you tell them to disconnect on purpose and give control, right?
Wasn't there like a video on that?
Yeah,
Somebody did that, I think.
and then the other team unpauses because he's not coming back
I saw
because
that,
they're assholes, and then you just do Roche. They never expect it.
That's good.
That's free MMR. So a lot of your teammates have expressed that the NA server has worse pubs. Is that true?
Yeah, I'd say yes. Last time was actually like the first time I didn't think so was at the summit, like the last one, and the pubs were surprisingly good.
Isn't that
and then
because
I came
all
back
of
to
them were
Europe
playing?
and they were so. But I didn't play against too many pro players, or just and you will always have people that are not pro in it, and like there were decent fellas, you know, and came back to Europe and everything was so bad. But I think it's going back to the classic. NA is the worst pub region. You get long queues. But you know, I've got a way to fix that. I think you just, Valve has a lot of companion money, so they just fly in European 6K players to play pubs here.
Okay.
I think that's a great idea. And
That's cost effective.
That's cost effective.
They fly them in here, set them up in houses just to play pubs
I think that's
on
great.
the server. Okay,
That's great,
I
yeah.
got you. Don't you think they're gonna get corrupted though? Like they're like
Yeah.
Jedi. They get flown over here and then they get tempted by the dark side. They start flaming and like playing
possible.
badly,
Possible.
raging and
All
stuff.
chatting and all that.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they would do.
I mean, I played. It already started when I played party matchmaking. Yeah, like suddenly get flamed like for no reason. I'm just there playing my lane. I'm not even dying, you know. I'm not even doing anything wrong, you know. And then suddenly I get flamed. Okay.
You ever have to play the "I'm a professional player" card?
Oh, you know what I do when people don't give me mid? I just tweet out. I'm telling them in chat I'm gonna tweet out 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I tweet it and I link it to him and then I get mid. That's my last hope card. That's
They
always
don't give you
the
mid even though you have the
inspiration
highest MMR in the party usually.
It's rare that they don't. They usually do, but sometimes
Sometimes you gotta tweet.
the 5.5k does think he for some reason MMR is flawed and he's supposed to be 8k and the 7k is definitely worse than him in the mid lane. So that's when the tweeting comes out. That's the last attempt.
Okay, and it usually works.
Because
Because that's a lot of pressure, you know. Like the other teammates, like, dude, come on, man, we want to get the points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this boot camp, you guys have been, you know, lucky to be playing some very good competition. How much does it matter that your scrim partner is a very high level team? Like, can you guys get good practice against a tier 2 team, or even worse, or is it not even worth the time?
I think
sometimes?
It depends on the situation. When you, for example, want to practice new heroes, yeah, I think this hero has potential. I want to try him. It's a lot better to do that against. I mean, it goes both ways. You can start out playing it against T2 teams, but to actually be able to assess the potential to the fullest, you have to play it against T1 teams. So if you play a hero and you keep playing it against T2 teams, it
gets inflated, right? You're like, oh, this is actually really
so
good.
Yeah. And then you play it in a real match, you know, suddenly a support tinker comes out and it sucks, you know.
Yeah.
to give an example, yeah, something like that. And yeah, so that's for example, like that's an example.
And do you think that you know, a team like Secret, like how much do you think they really need to scrim? Do you think it helps the people they play against, or do you think it helps them? You know, like they had that period where they weren't really scrimming that much with other teams, right?
Scrims are often pretty weird generally. And we have had tournaments where we scrimmed like 3 days before, lost everything, and suddenly we do well in the tournament, and vice versa. Like we scrim very well, we beat the top teams, and then we go in first round, you know. So they don't have too much meaning. I still think you should always get some games in, just for even just team coordination or its communication, so you keep your flow going. I don't think you should go a month without playing scrims, for example, but
okay,
it's not that important.
What how many TIs is this for you now?
It's my third here.
Third?
Mm.
And your first one was with Mouse, and your second one was
Mouse.
also with Mouse, and now C9. What are the differences between mindset that you had in these two teams? Like last year coming into TI and this year coming into TI?
For me personally or the team?
You personally. I mean, I guess that ties into the team too, but I guess both.
I don't think it changed too much between this year and last year. I don't know. I mean, obviously I see a lot more potential. I see a lot higher rank possible. But from a mentality, for me going into tournament, I just want to, like, I don't have a goal. I just want to play good and rank high. You know, that's still the same. I want to do the best I can, and that doesn't really change.
Do you think the mid position, how has it evolved from last year to this year? What's the goal of a mid player last year versus this year?
Oh, what was the patch? That was like the razors and stuff, right? Last year.
Yeah, last year was like a lot of this hardcore farming mids.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, I guess that's something. For example, like you wanted to get a lot of items. You look at getting, for example, good late game timings on refreshers and stuff with a Death Prophet or Razor. You want Aghanim's refresher, and you look at that BKB Aghanim's refresher, all that stuff. And yeah, and now I think now it's both. Like you can play a quap. You can look at your presence early game, mid game, late game. Same with Lashfuck, same with SF, honestly. But I think just heroes change mostly. I'm not even too sure how this patch will go for mid. I just.
A lot of people looking at Leshrac. You think Leshrac's going to be the first phase hero at TI?
I think that hero is insanely stupid, actually. I think the problem with this hero is, first of all, I think he's broken. And I'm very surprised that there's not a hero patch. I'm very disappointed in Valve, actually, that they didn't put out a hero patch before TI. I expected it. Just a small one. You don't need to do a lot, you know? Like, you can make it so what you do will not ruin a hero. It doesn't. You can make, like, 1 second more cooldown on lightning or 100 less range, you know? Something small. Who cares? At least do something, you know? And the problem for me in this hero, especially in pubs, is I think it's too easy to play, to gain something out. You can do whatever. You're gonna do fine. You know, it's very simple to play. You don't need to do a lot. You can play it to. The hero has a high skill cap, and you can play it very nice, and I respect that. People that are able to do it, but some players that just pick the slash, just.
His floor is very. It's hard to mess up with him.
Exactly, it's very easy.
When every wave is dead in 1 second,
exactly.
and they can't really go. Yeah, okay, I understand that.
That's a flaw of the hero, in my opinion.
All right, okay. Do you have any final thoughts? Any parting thoughts you wanna give about your experience this year at this boot camp or going into TI? Nothing.
see.
It's
what
gonna be
happens.
different this year. Number one.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Where do you think you are on the ranking of mids that are playing at this TI? You number one?
Nah.
No.
No way.
Who-
Third, maybe.
Third? Okay.
Fourth.
Who's one?
S4. 'Cause
S4?
He captains. I don't know.
But he's not even. He doesn't. Sometimes he doesn't even play mid.
No, who cares? He generally does, right?
All right. So they have the two of the best mid players on the same team.
I guess. Okay. It's the other one. Yeah. Suma is really good too. He's really good. Mechanically, I don't know what role he takes in the team, how much he communicates, how much his own ideas are when it comes to heroes and all that stuff. So I can't judge on him too much, but I have a lot of respect for S4 because he does exactly that. He takes a lot of responsibility for team calls, things about heroes, things about the game a lot, and he plays solid and well. So it's very respectable.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Oh, G's also good. G's
G.
also
Yeah.
really
Well,
good.
he's doing great this year.
He improved a lot in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
He's very good.
And hopefully we'll see them do well this year because G, he's gone to like every TI and he hasn't finished super high.
Mm.
So hopefully this year they do good. Okay, thanks. We'll talk. We'll talk again at group stages. So maybe after a couple of days, group stage, you guys will be doing well, and then we can have an interview.
Yeah,
All right.
sure.